keep all the blankets nice and clean. To start with, we'll string up my favorite one. This one has all the nice canoes and everything. It's really aggressive clamps. Like, use these for your clothesline if you live in tornado country. Oh yeah. And this blanket, I find, exudes a beautiful forest green. Now, I'm not using these as bedding, it's strictly shelter. But if I was, I'd be washing these because it's got that thrift store smell to it, which you know, some people might like, but it's always good practice to wash these things after you buy them. I can't believe this is true, but I've slept in worse. See if I can get a wall up here. Yeah. Looks are starting to roll in from the serious campers here. Hasn't anybody seen a grown man sleeping in a blanket fort before? Hello. You were all out of tents. Yeah. Thank you. I will do. I'll put down this sleeping bag, opened up as kind of a nice floor. Oh. Definitely seems cozy in here. It's nice and quiet too. Blocks out the noise of the neighbors. I like this. Deluxe air mattress tonight. My hip was destroyed after that last camping trip, so I deserve a nice relaxing night on the gourmet self-inflating air mattress. I'll put the door on the front of it here before bed for sure, because the trail is right there. And this is a fine little home. Cheers, everybody. See? All you need is a couple of ratchet straps, a few blankets, and some really aggressive clothespins. You got yourself a makeshift tent right there. There's good, wholesome, normal campers over there with fancy gear and campers. And to show you how close I am to the walking trail, like that's it here. And we're going to walk down it because it goes to the beach. But yeah. We are on the walking trail, and if somebody walks by, that's what they see. Good thing I don't have to be stealthy here. I can see how you could spend hours going for a long walk on the beach, but it's not going to get the snow off the picnic table. I get ready for dinner eventually, and in the daylight is a good time to do it. I drop stuff in the dark. Blast a little white noise because the folks in the other campsite are playing copyrighted music, and YouTube doesn't like that one bit. Well, we get a fire going, and hopefully they tucker themselves out, and we can get back to the soothing sounds of the ocean beside us. They've turned down the music, so that's great. They're still talking a little loud, but I don't mind that. I got my flashlights down before it's too dark. Garlic bread, because I'm having salad tonight. The ingredients are in the car so that they don't freeze. I've got lettuce and cucumbers, whatever's supposed to go into a salad. It's right around freezing, so 0 Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Walk in the park, guys. It's actually very warm, or it feels warmer out of the wind inside of here. And I'll get another part on the front clipped on here relatively shortly, but until bedtime, I like to see the fire right there. Doesn't get any better than this. I never thought I would be unironically dicing a shallot. Just doing a simple halibut salad with white wine cream sauce. Of course, it's not quite camping with Steve unless you're deglazing your pan-fried halibut pan with a little Pinot Grigio. Shallots.
The 2026 CR-V Trail Sport Hybrid. Introducing the latest addition to the Honda Trail Sport lineup, our most capable CR-V yet. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Oh, weeding is the worst. But now, there's Spruce. You'll see visible results in 1 hour and dead weeds in 1 day. And it's safe for use around people and pets. Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer.
Try Crest 3D White. Finally, a daily whitening toothpaste for whiter teeth in 1 day.
White wine vinegar. That one's still not even opened yet. Let it reduce. Gotta let this cool down before I throw a bunch of cream in here. Got this spring mix with spinach in it. It's only half frozen, so that's pretty good. Oh, I don't know what any of this is. It's okay. Well, that's what I'm dealing with. I'm gonna put in some more familiar friends. You know. This is what I'm making myself eat tonight. These leaves look like something I would be weeding out of the garden, but they don't taste bad. The fish is delicious. Pretty successful night. Ate healthy, which is something new. And I'm gonna try to peg up the front of this tent here. Oh, got my thumb there a little bit. Blanket tent is incredibly cozy. Right out the door. The fire over there. And forest. Blankies everywhere. Really cozy. Wish I did this 35 years ago. This is amazing. Almost like blackout curtains. I'm not going to know exactly what time it is in the morning, but when I get up, we'll start the day and see what happens. Thanks for following along. Gonna shut this light off here and hit the hay. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. From now on, I'm camping in blanket forts. This is awesome. It's enough insulation that it keeps you pretty warm, keeps the sound down to a minimum. You still get that feeling of fresh air and crispness. This is thoroughly enjoyable. And yeah, you don't need much to go camping, just some blankets and a ratchet strap and some clothespins, really. I wouldn't do it in mosquito territory or if it's raining, but this was great. Looks like there's some snow starting to fall, and just gonna cook some quick breakfast here. I was gonna cook a quick brunch and then pack up, but I think I'm gonna stay another night. The blanket fort held up great, and I have nothing to do today, so why not? Make it 2 nights instead of 1, as usual. And that gives me a chance to go through and organize the car, because it is so packed full of camping gear, you wouldn't believe it. Right on. The energy I need to tackle the day. I like when the syrup gets on the eggs. So I've got all this gear to organize, and you may assume that the car is empty. No, my friends, the car is not empty. There is still more stuff in the car. But we're going to condense that. I've got all this camo netting, and it's not folded up. It's just kind of stuffed in a bag. That will get smaller. There's some random tent that I haven't used yet. Little folding stool, hammock, propane pizza oven. This is all just stuff in my car. Got this hunting blind that I hope to use in a stealth camping video. It's you know, super stealthy. If I need just a little bit of camo, if I'm somewhere borderline obvious, this could be good. Other stuff in the car as well. Another mattress, and all the other cooking gear. So, where to begin, right? This whole bunched up thing here, if it's properly folded, is this size. So That'll clear up some room. It has been an absolutely lazy day. It's actually quite relaxing. The campground's not quite deserted. I'm not the only one foolish enough to be out here in this weather. However, other people have proper campers and RVs and the like. So, with all those pieces of camo netting, I think I'm going to have to get a compression bag for them because they're so crinkled up that they're not going to fold properly. And I'll be going out next week after another video I have planned. And I'm going to be really going through and organizing the camper, trying to get stuff repaired, installing a new reverse camera on it so that I can reverse easily with just one person. It's a little tricky to reverse a small trailer like that, especially when you don't know what you're doing, which I don't. So a little bit of practice and a camera should make that easier. There was a heavy snowfall warning issued this afternoon. I've been keeping an eye on the radar, and it doesn't look too serious. But they're saying that there could be 15 or more centimeters of snow. That could be in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 inches at worst. And not seeing it yet on the radar. I do have some C-clamps and other things I can use to reinforce the tent fortress if it comes down to that. I will tough it out, though. I think I can do this. Might take a lot of hunkering down, but we will see what happens with the weather. It's so far so good. The wind doesn't look too bad. I'm holding off on getting the fire going for this evening. I'm just going to cook some hot dogs tonight. Nice, relaxing, ordinary night where nothing goes wrong is the plan. I am 2 days into this blanket fort, and it's holding up a lot better than a lot of homemade structures I've made before. Good morning. Looks like a beautiful day out there, and I think it's time for me to get back to reality. I can only hide in my blanket fort for so long. I haven't seen a blanket of snow like this in a fortnight. Guess it's time to take down the blanket fort, though. How easy is it going to come down? What could be easier than this? Ta-da! So, of course, a shout out to the people who've donated to the blanket fund. Much appreciated. And yeah, this blanket I really like. It got pretty wet, but that's okay. Off to the laundromat, and that was to be expected. Does not surprise me. And yeah, I will keep this one because it's got a bunch of nature things on it. There's both black bears and grizzly bears on here, as well as canoes, leaves, trees, the whole bit. It's actually really a surprise that there was such an appropriate blanket sitting there in the thrift store. And yeah, the other one will get redonated, but this will be good for the camper and a nice memento of my blanket fort adventure. The nice thing about wet blankets is they pack up smaller. Made it long enough to get through the night. So, nothing easier than that. Yeah, there's lots of room in here. it was a great adventure. Wanted to do this for 40 years now, so I'm glad I finally did. And please try it yourselves. That was great. You don't need a whole lot to go camping, as long as it's not raining and there's not mosquitoes everywhere or snakes or anything like that. But in absolutely perfect prime conditions, that is a sensible shelter. So thank you guys for watching. Here's the awkward part. Please subscribe if you're interested in this type of thing. I'll keep it coming. And it's not always like this. It's different every week. I'll find something silly to camp in or somewhere silly to camp. That's just the name of the game in this stunt camping channel. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for the kind comments. And I'm going to see you later. Cheers.
Introducing Propel Energy Boost with caffeine, citicoline, and Gatorade electrolytes to boost your focus and rehydrate your body. Propel Energy Boost with caffeine and citicoline.
Sheba, what cats want.
Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. Winter has arrived. Still, beautiful view nonetheless. Due to the temperatures, nothing I was planning was really working. So I converted the car into like more of a permanent kind of setup here. It should be cozy enough. I got stuff I can cook right in the car. And let's just go wherever the road goes. Car living at its finest. I got this little 12-volt oven, and it's popular with long-haul truckers. It cooks food really slowly, but it does cook it. So I'm going to start a meatloaf. That sounds delicious. And it'll just cook as I'm driving around. And when I stop, should be good to go. Meatloaf and some sides or something. So pick up some stuff and we'll get this food started. Got everything I need for a really basic meatloaf. I'm just going to mix it up in a bag here. Put it right in the oven. Ground beef, along with some panko in there. Of course, they all require ketchup. Do one of these packages of onion soup mix. I feel foolish sitting here in the parking lot doing this, but it's normal for my videos. We know what this is, but we're not going to try and say it. I think that should do it. I'll just mix this vigorously. I will form the meat into a loaf. Got it plugged in. Sadly, it doesn't have a light on it. And I got this from Canadian Tire. I've seen them for sale in like trucking stores for, truck stops and stuff. Sometimes they have like CD radios and stuff and a bunch of trucking gear. These are in there because they are pretty handy. I've used them before. So I'll know if it's working shortly, soon enough. But I'm going to find somewhere to hang out, somewhere to park for the night, and somewhere hopefully with a view. Okay, they have just announced a snowfall warning. It was iffy on if it was going to happen or not, but what better way to see this than up a mountain road with no cell service? Let's go. I know of a spot. I'm hoping it's open. There's a burned out RV on the side of the road here. There's police tape on it, so they've been here. I really hope everybody was okay. Might have been their house, so it's not a good day for somebody. The way they're backed in with the snow around, it looks like they were probably living in there, hoping for the best.
Environment Canada has issued a snowfall warning for most of the island, as well as the northern Sunshine Coast. That includes our friends in Powell River and that area. And then as we head into Wednesday, the snow will continue into the morning.
My old trusty campground is closed, but looks like they opened up a new one, and that's unusual. Oh boy, that didn't sound good. They don't normally open up new campgrounds. I haven't seen a new campground in years, so this is going to be quite nice. It claims to be open, but everything seems to shut down here in the snow. It looks like they're plowing it, though, so that's a good sign for me. This is going to do just fine. Got some pretty good tires on here. They're KO2s, and got them replaced. The other ones we had 80,000 kilometers on, which is about their warranty. And I think that's 50,000 miles. First things first. All right. Since it's just me, I only have one of the seats folded down. It's one of these 60-40 split things. So it is pretty wide. It's wide enough for me. And there's some 1x6 by 12s, these pine boards. And I just got them shimmed up with some wooden stakes on the bottom. And that levels it out, because the back of this does have a bit of an angle to it. Got this combination lamp / wireless phone charger, so I can chuck my phone on at night, and there we go, charging like nothing. I do have my lithium battery back here, 100 amp hour. Got a coffee maker, because they have these little hotel-sized ones now, and that could be good for the morning, or maybe some Baileys and coffee tonight. Now back here, I've left this seat up, and I got a little organizer here that I can store stuff in right by my head. So, you know, car keys go in there, anything I might need right away. And I found before, when I put in a big mattress back here, it was hard to, you know, get your shoes off and get out the door. So this way I can actually take my shoes off, fall right back in here, and shut the door. These pods I got, the coffee pods, are 100% recyclable. That includes the whole thing. Lid, made of paper. The rings, made of coffee bean skins, hard to believe. And a filter is plant-based. So, yeah, it's highly convenient. And it's something that doesn't ruin the environment too badly. All right. Cheers and happy step 2, everybody. It's pretty good for back of the car brewed coffee and Baileys, I have to say. There's only one other person in the campground, and that's the campground host, which is nice, because if it does snow out here, I don't want to be the only one out here. And I bet you they got Starlink or something out there, because they seem to be really set up for the season. These are great sights. Like, the view can't be beat. I'm sure there's more mountains above those clouds there, but there's a beach down there. I don't want to go too far because I got that fire convinced to burn finally, and I don't leave them too unattended, but there's some info right there on the park. I'm gonna check that out. They got a pretty standard set of rules here, and yeah, there's nothing about a fee anywhere. So I think the legend is true. There are still some free campgrounds to be found, but in the winter they look like this, and in the summer, good luck finding a spot here. I'm sure of that.
Is that Philly cheesesteak? Yeah, boy! Hot pockets.
Look at how Oral-B Electric cleans 100% better than regular brushes. It's time to switch.
Introducing Walden Wayfinder, guiding you through your bachelor's degree with comprehensive, personalized career planning, including one-on-one coaching and real-world skills. Make your impact with a bachelor's from Walden University. Set a course for change.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you right here in America. And now we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on Rogue or Pathfinder.
Little beach here, no lifeguard on duty, not a problem. I'm not going in, obviously. And it is a reservoir, hydroelectric reservoir. So it's up and down, you can see, with the snow melt and the power demand. However, the other campground was in the spillway of an earth-fill dam, and this is a seismic area. So I can understand why they shut that down, obviously. It wouldn't be the spot I'd want to be camping. But they've got a little bit of driftwood here. I didn't see anything about using driftwood, but it might be fair game, I'm not sure. It's a little bridge over there. I'll check it out tomorrow if I can get there. I don't know if it's a road bridge or an old rail bridge or a hiking trail bridge, but it warrants some investigation. Very quaint place, very quiet, nobody here. Just the way I like it. Back of the SUV camping is the gateway camping setup. Nothing here is permanently attached. It's all just sitting in here. Nothing's screwed down. Didn't have to pull any seats out or do any actual modifications. As a matter of fact, in 15 minutes, this can all be out of here and it can be a functioning vehicle again. And I have a lot of subscribers that don't go camping, some of them anyhow. They like to see the adventures and the nature, and it's beautiful. They're curious about camping, but where do you begin, right? This is where you begin. This is stuff you probably got at home. Just fold your seats down, and worst comes to worst, if it's cold, you don't like it, you get scared, make sure your fire's out and you haven't had any step twos, and just drive back home again. And it's a good sense of security. Have a full tank of gas, which I do. Supplies in case you get stranded. I've got some extra canned goods, etc. that can get me through if I get snowed up here. And we'll see. No cell service, and there's that snowfall warning. I can't get the radar because there's no cell service. But listening to the radio in between shots here and trying to be as safe as possible. When the seat folds down here, there's a surprising amount of storage right underneath of it. And I can put camp chairs. I got my drone under there. Unfortunately, this is a no drone zone. Not a single piece of snow fallen yet, but that's going to change. There was not a single forecast that showed we'd escape snow, so just a matter how much. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying not having cell service. It's like I can feel my blood pressure dropped. My phone isn't dinging, there aren't any messages, there aren't any phone calls. So it's pretty relaxing. And the lake is so still that the cars coming down the highway, their lights reflect in the water, and they're glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. It smells like meatloaf in here. I've had this thing plugged in to Jackery, and that looks pretty cooked. I'm gonna be sure with the thermometer. Where are we at? 165, 166 Fahrenheit, right in the middle of it. So, obviously I'm not just gonna eat a pound of beef for dinner. Gotta put in some veggies. Green beans to the rescue. And just kind of cook them on there. I could cook these on the fire, but I'm really trying to do it all in the car to see how this actually might work.
Vancouver, Greater Victoria, and the Fraser Valley, snow overnight and Wednesday with highs around 0.
Dinner should be ready in no time here, which is great. I've seen a few bits of snow coming down, and that's to be expected. but I got through most of the evening without sitting here in the snow, so that's awesome. And finally, thankfully, the difficult holiday season has been over for me. And that 100-day cough, or whatever they call it, walking pneumonia, I don't know. But I'm feeling good. And all the distress of the holiday seasons aside, for me, 2 years running, now I can run away from my problems and go camping, which is really what I want to do. Yum time has arrived. I wasn't sure if I'd be completely living out of my car on the side of the road somewhere in town, but keeping with the spirit of the endeavor, I'm just gonna chow down in here. You know what they say, vegetables are only supposed to be the size of a deck of cards. Just kidding. Let's see. Now, how did this loaf turn out? Worked out okay, but it looks a bit juicy, I can say that. All right. My meal, my car meal. Meatloaf is not bad. Tastes like an onion burg. Meatloaf even got nice and crispy on the bottom like that. Yeah, it worked out pretty good in that food warmer. Cooked it up right to perfect temperature. I'll have leftovers in case we get snowed in here. The snowstorm didn't show up, and I can't wait around all night. So, I'll crawl into bed here. Looking pretty comfortable, pretty cozy. Just test out my theory on getting the shoes off and closing the door. It's half the battle. Phone in the receptacle here right beside me. Cell phone is in. Door is closed. And yeah, I'll just crawl right in here and somehow try to film this. Put the keys in the key compartment here. It's a really nice thing to have because the amount of stuff you have in your pockets when you're doing this stuff can get lost and go missing. But all right, okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's looking pretty good here. Got I could charge my phone on there. And if I have my laptop set up, yeah, I can see that right from here. I don't have anything downloaded to watch on my laptop, of course, but that's all right. I will crawl into bed here and get a little more comfortable. Well, I'm tucked in pretty good. That's kind of the side compartment there with my stuff in it and my shoes and some water down there. And I fit pretty good with this setup. My feet kind of touch the back. And of course, I'm 5'11" and 3/4 inches. So I could probably push this seat up a little more and bend it forward a little bit more. But really, this is not a problem. I don't have to sleep diagonally. That's actually not an option because I'm in this tiny little half of the bed. But Yeah, I'm digging this setup. This is pretty nice. I always said from the moment I had to live in my car at one point that I'd never own another vehicle I couldn't live in if I needed to. And this is fitting the bill. Just needs to be, organized like this. You could probably do a bunch more stuff with blackout curtains and stuff. So this above light I can do, that allows me to shut this guy off. And from here, right above me, I got a little light switch. So I think this is great. See you guys in the morning.
You could win $50,000 and enter Summer Mode. Scan the Ritz Sunkiss pack for a chance to win $50K.
Want to take the next step with Entivio? Then it's time to talk to your healthcare provider. With Entivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose. Plus, our team can help connect you with additional support programs.
Entivio. Secret clinical strength fights stress, heat, and activity. Sweat.
Do you guys think you'll die one day?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, like, statistically.
FX's Adults, all new Wednesdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Oh, good morning. That was not much of a snowstorm. There's maybe a few centimeters out there, maybe an inch. I don't know. Definitely not snowed in. I'll get up and check it out. Nothing to pack up, which is great. Sleep was amazing. I've never slept this organized feeling in a car. Nothing was sliding around. It was pretty level. It's comfortable. I got 2 layers of 3-inch foam in here, so it's surprisingly I could sleep on my side, no problem. This is great. And yeah, I'll just get the day going. Okay, the half seat down setup totally wins. Just pulled over, got my shoes on, got my jacket on, keys in my pocket ready to go. Got my little water. And I can just walk right out the door. Here we go. Oh, fresh coat of snow. Got the ventilation going, just trying to get rid of this condensation. Beautiful day. We got a bridge to see if we can check out. These roads are barely passable. I'm not concerned about me, just the other drivers on the road. And yeah, maybe I'll have a coffee. Go. Yeah, nothing looked too bad in the daytime, I'll say that. Get things ready for transportation. I don't need anything flying around. And this isn't permanently attached. If I have some double-sided tape, I probably could get it attached, but it's easier to just do this while I'm driving. It doesn't go anywhere. This doesn't roll around. It's fine. This snow's nothing. This is easy driving. But let's see if we can get to that bridge, because it looked interesting, and I'm curious what it is, if it's a walking bridge or an old rail bridge or a logging bridge. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, the snowplow's been working today. He's come down that far. This road that goes to the bridge, it hasn't been plowed at all. It's like that. Should I try it? Yeah, let's see what happens. when there's a gate. Looks like just a short hike down here, quarter mile each way, pretty level, and I want to see the view of the reservoir from on that little trestle bridge. This has been way more than a quarter mile. They really don't want people to get here by the looks of it. The only way to that bridge, you're bushwhacking, and there's ice under all this freshly fallen snow. But I've found one of the coolest boondocking spots I've ever seen in my life. A couple of fire rings. Guessing that's why the gate's there. But yeah, people have obviously been camping here, and ta-da! All right, got my exercise today. Now, I've never seen anything like this roll across my inbox before. Ooh, that is very slippery. I gotta help out a guy in love. So, here goes. And I've got to thank the folks that have donated to the channel as well. There's going to be some belated ones here. I'm going to start with the most belated and go to the least belated because unfortunately I was down with the sickness for a bit and then had my holiday mental breakdown. So things are good now. I'm back from the gutter and excited about the future. So the snow should be gone in pretty much no time, next week or so. And I really don't like stealth camping in the cold. I've done it, believe me, you've seen it. And it's dangerous because you can't even carry enough gear to keep you properly warm. I'm thinking about moving out to the coast on a more permanent basis. I've been back and forth and kind of all over the country, and it's weighing on me not having a home base, you know. I have storage units, I have sea cans, I've got stuff in boxes all over the country, and I don't know. Got to a hotel because I severely need a shower. I've been driving around for a few days, living out of the back of my car kind of as I go. And that's good because there's internet here. I can get everything uploaded. And thanks for watching. I'm going to keep just driving and filming. I've got some basic stealth camping gear in my car because I only seem to use three things. The cot, that little tiny tent, and the hammock. So I've got them, little sleeping bag, and some camo netting and tarp. That's pretty much all I need for whatever I do. And I can kind of live out of the car as I'm doing this and get a lot more traveling done to find some spots. And thank you to everybody that's suggested spots because I'm scrolling through those and trying to get them organized in a bit of a game plan and see which ones are going to work. So cheers, everybody. Thanks for following along. And yeah, if you lost your patience with me, I understand it. But the rest of you that are going to stick around, more adventures to come. Cheers, everybody.
2026 CRV Trail Sport Hybrid. Introducing the latest addition to the Honda Trail Sport lineup, our most capable CRV yet. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
and we're ready to brew, just like that. It's also super quiet and operates at like 30 decibels when it's in sleep mode. And just like that, our bacon is nicely done. Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today, we're headed to a camp spot. We've got the camping gear with us, driving along in the car, back through the country here. And I've got a really great device to show you. Something that I think is worthy of consideration for off-grid needs as well as some great camping. What it is the Pace Andes 1500. This is a solar generator that has some specs that I've not seen before, and I really, really like it. So definitely excited to get to the campsite and show you what it does, run it through its paces. So here we are, and it's time to get our stuff out, put up our campsite, and set up that AMPACE. Well, it's nearly dusk, and we've got the campsite set up. Looks pretty good to me. I think it's going to be a really good night. Temperature's going to be nice, not expecting a whole lot of rain. And we've got the AMPACE Andes 1500 set up there on the table. Let's talk about that right now. This is quite a remarkable machine. With 2400 watt output and a 3600 watt surge power, it pretty much does anything that you need. And it will run about 99% of any of your household appliances. Powering it on is easy. Turn it on there. Notice it has plenty of power outlets. It has 4 of your USB-A, your large USB ports. It has 2 smaller USB-Cs. The top ones are 18 watts. These are 100 watts, so it's going to charge your phone, your laptop, anything like that really quickly. You turn on your DC output right here, turning that switch on, and now it runs all of these. We also have a couple of 12.6 volt outlets here, and then we have a nice 12 volt outlet for anything that takes that type of plug. On the side of the unit, it has a place where you can add an extra battery if you wish. It's covered by this rubber port cover so that it keeps any moisture or dampness out. That's really nice and sleek. It fits in really good. There's also a nice rubber bumper here, so in case it would bump up against the wall, keep it from scratching. I like the fact that at the top, it has 2 very sturdy handles, which makes it very easy to carry. And when you turn it on, it has this really cool light sequence. In the back, we have a button here. Press that, and that turns on your AC output. And we have 4 110 outlets here. This will run, as I said before, 99% of all your household appliances. In the back of the unit is a cover for your solar input, your AC input, and then you can see your overcharge protection here. So that's a default switch. So if something happens to overpower the unit, that'll trip, and you can reset it right there. For extra ambient light at night, it has a built-in light bar, low, medium, and then flashing for emergencies. And it also has an SOS pattern. So let me give you a little tour around the camp, and you can see what all we are exactly using and what we've got set up to use with the AMPACE. First of all, there's our hot plate, and that saves us from having to start a fire. We've got a nice campfire site right here, but we won't need to use it because we've got the AMPACE Andes 1500 to take care of all of our cooking needs. Here we have our wash basin set up and our chair. Going inside the tent, you can see we have sleeping bag and cot. We've got a microwave to try out. Gonna make some microwave popcorn. Over on this side, we have our table and chairs set up. We've got a little swamp cooler over here in the corner. Blow nice air on us while we're sleeping. Make some nice noise, as well as provide a little bit of cool breeze. Also have our lamp. There's my cell phone charger right there. And then we've got our refrigerator unit. We also have a coffee maker for in the morning. Since I've already had supper tonight, I'm not really that hungry, so I'm not going to be cooking anything in the evening, but I am looking forward to a delicious breakfast tomorrow of bacon and eggs. We've got the AMPACE inside now, and we've got the lamp plugged into it. I'm going to have to charge my cell phone. It's getting pretty low. It's pretty late in the day. I've been using it all day long. And of course, I'm going to be running the fridge here in just a little bit, make sure our food stays nice and cool for tomorrow. So first of all, we want to turn on the DC here. Plug it into the unit, and then into the cell phone. There we go. It's at 39%, and it's fast charging because, of course, these are 100-watt outlets. Here's the fridge that we will be using during this camp out.
I haven't seen this item in so long. And if I don't get it, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my goodness. Pen. Respawn by Razer. Get lost in the game. Try Crest 3D White. Finally, a daily whitening toothpaste for whiter teeth in one day.
You can see inside here, we've got our bacon, our butter, eggs, and then our tea down here, something to drink. We've got plenty of water outside. This unit, because it's designed to run off your car battery while you're driving it, has this type of 12-volt plug, which is very convenient because the Ampace has a plug right here just for it. There we go. Now our fridge is running. See the little red light that came on? And I can hear the engine running, a little fan on the compressor. And that's what's nice about this big unit, is because it has a 3,600 watt surge power. When you have something like a refrigeration unit, you really need to have the excess power to kick on this compressor so that it can run smoothly. We've got the microwave set up here on top of the camping table next to the Ampace. We're charging the phone. We're running the fridge, and we're going to make some microwave popcorn go along with this. It's pretty good. And that's pretty incredible. We are running a cell phone charger, a lamp, a fridge unit, and a microwave all simultaneously with the Ampace Andes 1500. Wow, look at that. See the steam coming off of it. Now that makes camping fun and enjoyable. And just think, no mess, no popcorn popper over the fire, just easily brought things from home. And this powerful unit here to run it all. We also just plugged in the laptop, and we're going to watch some classic Waypoint Survival 1790s survival series. Popcorn, a movie, got some cold drinks. It's going to be a good night. Now this is the way to camp. So this is my view right now, all powered and made possible by the Ampace Andes 1500. Well, folks, that's about all for tonight. Tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit more about what this wonderful unit can do. Have a good night. Good morning. Well, the sun is shining and the cicadas are out there singing. The Ampace kept running all night with no issues or problems. Everything is nice and cold. Time to get the boots on and get out and make breakfast. Or using the Ampace Andes 15.